We're live. We're live. Yes, I know. We're 9 minutes later than I put. Yes, I did see your comment there, Steve. It was a little sleight of hand on my part, but it was needs must, so it is what it is.
Yeah, but it was also me. Let's not dick around. I've these lovely two gentlemen that you cannot see. Let me just slide you that way slightly. But these lovely two gentlemen that sat in my bar at the moment, a Palace fan and a Millwall fan that have been drinking together for most of the afternoon, and now getting a little bit, how shall we say, carried away, and a little bit trappy towards each other. So
in a pub managed by a West Ham fan, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, most things, if we're honest. Let's not mess around.
Anyway, how else you been, mate? Because obviously we've not had a game in about a week, which is quite unusual.
No, I know. I'm very concerned with that door right there. And my son will come legging it through that in
because this is your new pub, isn't it?
It is. This is my absolute.
Steve,
can I be honest and say world's worst nightmare right now?
Okay.
Not the pub itself.
Yep.
Just the fact that this is my office, okay? And it's currently turned into a changing room with clothes. I've got TVs down there. Like, we've got the problem is, Rob.
Yeah.
The 3 rooms that are around just the other side of this wall, actually, behind me, is a couple of rooms there. The long one that we're going to turn into a front room is literally like that. If you walk in, there's like bits of kitchen cabinet and stuff all over the place. Yeah. And if you go into what is going to be Logan's room, it's very much like that. And there's like you walk in and you're touching the side of the sofa. So until I can get stuff upstairs, out of those rooms, like the boxes and suitcases, all that shit, then put the cabinets together to be able to unload the boxes to put them onto the shelving units. Yeah, mate, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it's one of the most stressful times, isn't it? Moving, death of a spouse, and losing your job, I think, are the 3 most stressful things in life.
Well, I went through 2 of those in the last 7 weeks. I lost my job and I also got a new one, but obviously I then moved. And I nearly went through the 3rd one in the last week of moving, Rob. I'm not.
But you didn't.
Not going to lie to you, mate. There was
cattle prods are an effective deterrent. We couldn't possibly condone the use of those, but he's right.
No, we took the kids bowling today because obviously they've been through a lot over the last 7 to 10 days, the move and everything else. So we went over to Lane's bowling just across the road. I won. Wasn't a great score. It was only 101. I was a bit disappointed with myself because the bloke who was trapping off about how good he was next to me got 105, and I wanted to beat him and didn't. I'm a bit
just hate it when that happens.
There you go. Also, Gracie's other cat, Rob, is still stuck under the floorboards.
Not still there.
It came out last night allegedly, set the trap off, but managed to get out of the trap. We've got like a cat cage that goes in, treads on her, and the door shuts behind it. I'm guessing it's shut on her back, and she wiggled her way out like a fish and disappeared back down the fucking hole. So we brought her other cat over yesterday. He's ratting around somewhere, the little bastard. We tried to lock him in a room to just to acclimatise him, and he ended up laying next to me in the bedroom last night because he got out. So he's all right. He's loving life.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're in for another video. It's not all about me.
Yeah, we're here to have a little chat about Larry's barbecue. No, we're not, Larry. You can send us photographs later.
Larry's rocked up, and I'd like to say there is a stall over the road in the centre, Rob. They cost me a fucking fortune, and Joe reckons I got mugged off because they cost me £7. But I don't care.
Oh, hello. Can't say I'm familiar with those. And look who else has just rocked up. Neil, hope you're well, mate. We might actually not lose the cricket. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we might not lose. Well, there you go. And Hammerhead's in. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you are well.
Good to see you,
So,
buddy. Well, not seeing you, but you know.
we're here, obviously, Duke, to discuss, as it says on the banner there, game tomorrow at London Stadium. West Ham against Leeds United. And obviously, we play each other 7 days later in the Premier League. So,
with an interjection of a Norwich game. Whoop, in there now.
yes. Which now, this is when I get onto my team. That has played a part in how I think that David Moyes might play it, because obviously we've got a league match a couple of days down the track, and then obviously we got to play the same opposition this time the same time next week. Whereas Leeds United don't have a game in between times; they've got a week between the two fixtures uninterrupted. So, without further ado, I'm going to get it up on screen. The teams, don't start putting dirty thoughts out there. I'll tell you, I'm going to go full screen so people can see. Right. So I think he's going to go Areola in goal. I think Ryan Fredericks may well come in at right back, the forgotten man a little bit. I think Issa Diop will be moved from left to right centre back, because obviously it came out in the last few days that Craig Dawson has been playing with something of an injury, which I think is testament to his character. Whatever you think about his footballing ability and all the rest of it, you've got to take your hat off to a guy that in the situation we're in with obviously a lack of centre-backs, that this guy's actually turned around and said, yeah, I'm injured and probably shouldn't be playing, but you know what? Needs must, and he's just rolled his sleeves up and getting on with it. But I think this is probably an opportunity for David Moyes to say, okay, I'm going to take you out of the firing line a little bit here and drop Algi Alese in at the left centre back with, I'd like to see him go with Manny Longello at left full back, because I think he had a decent enough game against Zagreb, and we've not seen or heard of him since. He's not even been involved from the substitutes bench. So I sort of sit there and think, well, why not stick him on tomorrow? You know, give him another little crack. In front, Mark Noble and Alex Crowell. Mark Noble with the armband. Pablo Fornals, he obviously had COVID, didn't he? So I suspect he may possibly be good to go for tomorrow's game. Nikola Vlasic as the number 10. Yarmolenko on the right. Now, as I stress, this is not what I would necessarily pick, because I probably wouldn't put Yarmolenko there if you paid me. But this is what I suspect David Moyes will go with. And Sonny Perkins up top, I think, might be the option. I think he's probably going to give Jared Bowen and Antonio a little bit of a rest. What say you, big fella?
Personally?
Go for it.
I'll go as strong as it goes tomorrow.
Okay.
As strong as we can. I'd then this lineup, for the most part, on Wednesday against Norwich.
Yep.
Oh, Hammerhead, behave yourself. Put me in vodka. Oh, game on. Anyway, I'd go as strong as we can tomorrow. I'd go this side against Norwich, because no disrespect. Yeah, this side against Norwich. No disrespect to Norwich. Listen, they're very much done and done. I know they're fighting, but they're very much done and done. And I think this side could get a result against Norwich.
Sharky.
And then we go all in with the same lineup tomorrow against them next Saturday. That'd be me. Listen, that's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
in answer to that one, sorry, Jake. No, I was going to say, just in answer to Larry's question, will Perkins be available tomorrow? I don't know that he isn't. So,
well, that's your answer, then, isn't it?
I haven't been told he isn't, but you know, it's one of those.
I'd be happy to see this side go out against Norwich. I still think that this side is strong enough to get a result against Norwich. You know, I would also, you know, you could adapt it, but this would be the side that I'll go against Norwich. Yes, you know damn well. And I then go strong as you can.
Now that's I wasn't gonna say anything about this one, but I've heard that rumor, and I've also heard that
Was
there's
that
another
the,
play. There's another
was
player that's
that
got
the
COVID.
Sufal? Sufal has Suvid.
Yeah,
COVID.
there's another player that I've been told has COVID as well. I don't know if it's
Who?
common knowledge, and I'm not too sure if I
Don't,
should say.
don't put that. Whoa. Don't put that bullshit out there and not open the trap.
Don't know if I should. Don't know if I
Right,
should.
private message me.
Oh, hang on. All right, okay. Well, the cat's out the bag because Freshfielder knows. All right, fair enough. Well, he said it.
Take it fresh. At least you have me back.
Well, no,
My
it was.
partner
It
is
was.
trying
I
to
would
get
have
back
told. I
himself.
would have told you off stream. It's just that the person that told me it in confidence, so I didn't know how out there that particular piece of information was, and it was one of them where I thought,
Touche, sir.
you know,
Touche. I accept that. But thank you, fresh. Sorry about you, beautiful man. I hope to see you next week, and I hope the job hunting is going well.
yes, yes,
Keep
I've
going.
seen
Keep
your.
your
Yeah. Just keep plugging away, mate. You know, if plan A don't work, don't worry. There's another 25 letters in the alphabet. So
And listen, good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, keep it going. But yeah, that's like I say, that's kind of what I suspect. It's always difficult though with cup games. We've got injuries. We've obviously got a Premier League game a couple of days later. So this is a
And
real
this
sort of
COVID
like
bullshit
challenge,
ain't helping,
and
is it? Let's be
COVID
honest.
does put a little bit of a kink in the plan. But well, listen, we'll see. Leeds, on the other hand, now Leeds have had an absolute nightmare of late. Have you seen their injury list?
Just as a quick one, I see you haven't included him, but the last thing I saw on Sky News before I flipped over to Chelsea, Chesterfield, and Hull Everton was that Bamford is a possibility to be returning tomorrow.
Yes, I've heard he's very likely to be in the squad. In actual fact, I've got it here that he is. Hang on a minute. I had it up here earlier. He has a 75% chance of playing according to the Premier League's website, but whether he will start is another matter. I've sort of hedged me bets, and I've said that Sam Greenwood's going to play up top. It may well be that it's Bamford, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that he might start Bamford from the bench and he might go with Greenwood. But I've gone with Meslier in goal. I've gone with a back four of Firpo, who seems to me, and bear in mind, this was a guy we were linked with quite heavily in the summer transfer window. And I think it's fair to say he's not exactly set the world alight at Leeds. In actual fact, I think he's looked like Arthur Masuaku version 2, to be perfectly honest with you. He has, you know, he's decent going forwards and not all that much as a defender, but there you go. Llorente, Ayling, I think, will have the armband, and it will be at right back Drame, if that's the correct pronunciation. I'm not too sure. I apologise. But Cody Drame, young English lad. Also, he can qualify to play for Gambia. In front of them, Stuart Dallas, who's a player that I really like watching, to be honest. I think he's such a good player. And alongside him as the double pivot will be Adam Forshaw. Then Daniel James on the left. In the number 10 position will be Mateusz Klich. And then on the right will be Crescencio Somerville. And as I say, up top will be Sam Greenwood. But they have some horrendous problems with injuries. I mean, just looking at this little list here that I've got in front of me, they've got Cooper out. They've got Struijk out. Cresswell, not our Cresswell, obviously, out. Roberts out. Phillips out. Shackleton out. Rodrigo out. Gelhard out. And Bamford is 75% chance of playing. So they've got some horrendous problems, Duke.
Couldn't happen to a nicer side.
Now.
No. I mean, listen, there's something about Leeds that I know
Evening,
we
Richard.
get called. Evening, Richard. I know we get called self-entitled. Okay, and that we believe, we're bigger than we are. We're massive. Rather. We take the piss with the World Cup. We won the World Cup.
Yeah, it's all a little bit tongue in cheek. It's a little bit of banter in it.
Leeds for me are very much that. They are self-entitled. They believe that they should be in the Premier League. They believe because they're this long-standing big club that back in the early 2000s competed in Europe.
Hmm. Well, I mean, even further back in the 60s and 70s, they were.
Back in the 60s and 70s, but there it is, Rob. Back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah. We're all tongue-in-cheek. Okay. I'm going to turn my monitor back on so you get to see some of my face. We're all tongue-in-cheek when we call ourselves massive. We're all tongue-in-cheek when we say that we won the World Cup.
Yeah.
We know we haven't been massive in that sense of the word for 42 years, if you really want to go down that road with regards to... Listen, I'm not saying Leeds are not a big club, but they haven't been... They have a self-entitlement that they are they should be in Premier League. They consider themselves football elite. And I don't like that. It's self-entitlement for me. So, listen, I don't...
You are where you deserve to be in the league pyramid. Where you are is where you deserve to be because of your performances over the previous however long. So they were out of the Premier League, the top flight for, what was it, 15, 16, 17 years, whatever it was.
And there was a reason for that.
Yes.
You don't hear Sunderland fans griping, whining, whinging that they should be among the football elite because they're a big club. And they are a big club. That's not life. Their fan base is huge.
Yep.
They've got a cracking stadium, all the rest of it. This is not a team that should be floundering in League 2, League 1, League 2, League 1, League 1, League 2. I don't know. But they don't have the fans don't have this air of this air of self-entitlement that I believe the Leeds fans do act like they have at times. I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking there at the at our historical record. Now, bear in mind that Leeds, probably during the sort of like the late 60s and through most of the 70s, it's fair to say, were one of the powerhouse teams of English football. Looking at that won against lost column, for us to only be 18 matches down in our history, that's actually not that far away, is it, when you stop and think about it? Or am I reading it wrong?
No. Not in the grand scheme of things. Certainly not. But there'll be another two. There'll be another 2 wins, isn't there? By the time we have the conversation next week.
Ooh, you're super confident.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'm a West Ham fan. It's what we should be.
Fair enough. That's our last 10, which is a little bit more of a mixed bag. 3 wins, but in those 10, and they were the last 3 fixtures. Along with 4 defeats and 3 draws. So something of a mixed bag. But then again, last 10 fixtures, the earliest of which goes back to the 1st of January 2002. It's 20 years ago. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, again, let's go back and look at the sides. Compare the sides back in 2002 to what we have now. The manager, the style of football, all the rest of it. We've come a long way.
Yeah. So, what are your talk to me about tomorrow's game? What are you thinking? How it's going to play out, and give us a score prediction.
Listen, depends. You've got 2 ways here. Let me take my answer out. I'm not tacking on a sweet as I'm trying to talk.
And then if you guys in the live chat, if you want to sort of give us your score predictions or any other little pearls of wisdom you want to bring into the party, please feel free.
Listen, it depends on how we decide to go with this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
If we go with the team that you put up there, They go with their team that they put out there. It's going to be a boring game. It's not going to be a lot of end-to-end action. Yarmolenko will either be, Yarmolenko will be Cristiano Ronaldo, or he'll be, Andy Cat. There's no in between with him. He turns into Cristiano Ronaldo when he plays for Ukraine. He turns into Andy Cat when he plays for us. There doesn't seem to be an in between with him, and it frustrates the shit out of me. Let's not lie. But either way that we set up, whatever team we set up with, they're going to be told to play how West Ham plays. That 4-2-3-1, which is what we're all used to. Listen, let's be honest, Casey, when we come to doing these, to put us into a 4-2-3 run, regardless of what game, who's playing, or anything else. It's not, you know what I mean? So that's our formation. And we're going to play in the same way. We're going to come out, I think we'll be quite happy to let them have the ball and hit them on the counter attack, which is going to be kind of bullshit when you consider that you've got Oscar Pistorius without his prosthetics on the right wing. You got Ukrainian Pistorius without his legs on the right. I mean, mate, I'd rather see some of the kids out there than him. But I'm going to be brave and I'm going to say 2-0.
I'd rather see my nan out there than him.
Well, yeah, I think that's a given. I think 2-0.
2-0.
2-0.
I'm going to go 3-2. I think there's going to be goals. I think there's going to be goals tomorrow. I think that there'll be two teams that may not be full strength, but I think that it will be two teams that can attack, but maybe can't defend as well as they can attack, if that makes sense. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a couple of players that maybe feel they've got to make a little bit of a statement. And I can see a few goals, and I see us prevailing. I'm going to go 3-2. And I hope I'm entertained, because I've got tickets for it tomorrow. I'll be there. So a 5-goal thriller.
Goal scorers for you, sir.
Say again.
West Ham goal scorers.
I'm gonna go if David Moyes puts out the team that I've put out that I've gone with. I'm gonna go with a Noble penalty somewhere in and amongst it. I'm gonna go Nikola Vlasic. And I'm going to go with Sonny Perkins.
Oh.
Now, I don't know in which order, but, why not? Why not? The young lad to score.
I'm going to pick Vlasic and Fornals.
Nice. Like it.
Charlie,
I mean, Fornals has a few weeks off, hasn't he? Because I know it's been COVID related, but he's maybe sort of like had a chance to recharge his batteries, because I think he was starting to look a little bit laboured, wasn't he, before he got his time out of the first 11. So maybe it could be that sort of like out of bad comes a little bit of good. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, hello, look at this. Swansea 2, Southampton 3 at full time.
And I think Everton are winning as well.
Oh, hang on. What's just happening
extra time needs on.
Yeah, just to sort of wind it back a little bit. Hang on a moment. Just get these two comments out. I think Antonio will start this game and sit on the bench for Norwich, and Bowen takes the spot of striker. You could well be right, West Ham 94. All will be revealed. Now, I started this comment because I wanted to come back to it. We beat them in our last FA Cup meeting. Do you know when that was, old chap?
I'm going to go in and around your teen years.
Well, never let it be said that I'm not prepared. Never let it be said that I am not prepared. This is the first FA Cup meeting between ourselves and Leeds since January 1930, with the Hammers winning a fourth round tie in 4-1 back then. And as an extra little, because I did a little bit of digging, here, Hey, look at that. I'll go full screen with it if everybody can see that. That is our team that we put out.
He went boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Ted Houghton in goal. Alfred Earle was the right back. Albert Cadwell was the left half. James Collins, not Ginger Collins.
Hey!
And William Coxes were the wing halves.
Oh, Billy Cox.
Jim Barrett. Now, there were two Jim Barretts that played for West Ham. One was the father and one was the son. I don't know which one this was because there was Jim Barrett Sr. and Jim Barrett Jr., but Jim Barrett played at half-back. Jimmy Ruffle played at outside left. Thomas Hughes at outside right. The legend, the club legend, our record goal scorer with 326 goals, Victor Watson was the forward. And as you'll note there, he scored all 4 goals. Stan Earle was the inside right and George Robson was the inside forward. Of course, these are positions that a lot of them people will be looking at and going, what the hell is a halfback? What the hell is a wing half? What the hell is an inside right? These are old school positions from the 1930s. But look at that. 34,000 were in attendance at Upton Park.
That was
Not
when you could
bad.
stand nose to nose with people.
But there you go. I saw that and I saw Fresh's comment there and I was like, listen, mate, I've already got this prepared. Don't worry. There you go. Never let it be said that I am not prepared. And here we go. Another little...
right?
Yeah.
Target's right. That was when Madonna started making music.
Behave. Leeds have lost. Here's a good one. Leeds have lost their last 3 meetings with us in all competitions, more than they had in their previous 28 against us beforehand, where they'd won 18, drew 8, and only lost the 2. Ouch. That was a bad record, but hopefully we're turning that around. We have won just one of our last 19 FA Cup matches against fellow Premier League sides. We've drawn 8 and lost 10. And the one that we won was in February 2016 when we beat Liverpool 2-1. Do you remember the Angelo Ogbonna header?
Oh, indeed. Celebrated by sliding on my knees in the other pub.
Yeah. But that's quite a shocking record, isn't it? You know, that's going back sort of like, 6 years, more or less. And we've only beaten one Premier League type team in all that time. That's poor.
Yeah, but
need to improve that. So Leeds have lost each of their last 5 FA Cup matches going out at this stage of the competition in each of the last 4 campaigns. It is their longest losing streak in the FA Cup since a run of 7 between 1955 and 1961. No, Duke, I don't remember it. Just before you try that one. And the last little nugget, I think this is, Leeds have progressed from just 2 of their last 15 FA Cup ties against Premier League opponents, winning at Manchester United in January 2010 and against Tottenham in January 2013. There you go, Duke.
Listen, I'm confident for tomorrow. I am. And any of you beautiful people, the 23 people watching this, listen. I'm never lucky.
Oh, hang on. Larry, I thought we were mates. Come on. I thought we were pals. You know,
Yes,
listen, if ever I'm in Auburn, Alabama, and I fancy myself as little Barbie, I thought I could knock on your door and count on you, but I don't know, you know, comments like that, mate. Come on. No need for that.
Yeah.
Cyber wants to know, do you show footy?
Yes, I've got 6 screens, 2 skyboxes. We had the Chelsea game and the Everton game just on. It's quite good.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up, my friend? Because you've obviously got things you've got to attend to downstairs.
Yeah, that's right. I'm watching them. Oh, they're kissing there for some fucking reason.
They're kissing.
Yeah. Well, they're kissing each other on the cheek. Strange people. Yeah, listen. For those of you lovely people out there in YouTube land, please, it's going wonderfully, mate. Kind of. I've got a headache.
The pub's going well. It's all the other stuff around it.
I want to put out there, you lovely people in YouTube land, seeing as Mr. Rob's going tomorrow, I'm going to put it on my Facebook a bit later as well. If anyone's around, fancies a trip to the pub, wants to watch the game, lovely pub downstairs. That I'd like some company tomorrow, to be honest with you.
That's
If
where
you
it
want to
is.
come on down to that. I mean, that's not the best picture with the flowers dying at the front. Feels like
Yeah, you're going to need to update that, aren't you?
yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, there's a pub downstairs. If you want to come on down, people, come and say hello. Have a drink with me. We'll sit down. Watch football together, nice and loud. Cheer on the mighty Irons in Millwall territory. See what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been here a week, mate. Yeah, I've got a West Ham badge up behind the bar.
As for transfer updates, Cyber, mate, there's been so many transfer updates. But to be honest, this last week, because prior to that, we'd been sort of like doing streams every day virtually. This last week, to be honest, I've just wanted to leave well alone, to be honest with you. Duke. What?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. He knows.
Interesting.
He knows.
Yes, it was. Sharky, I am bang on, mate. Really good. It kind of, I'll be honest with you, mate, felt like a bad cold. Achy body, headache, just shit. Felt like I was breathing through a wet rag at one point. That wasn't fantastic. Hammerhead, it is there, mate. Let's
That's the right answer.
He's a bastard, that one. No, it is now. Listen, we're kind of on the cusp here of we're about 10 minutes down the road from New Cross by bus, so probably half-hour walk away from New Cross and Millwall territory. Whereas we're kind of on the cusp here. Blackheath is more Charlton. Blackheath and Greenwich is more Charlton. So we're literally a 4-minute car ride from Blackheath, just back up Belmont Road, Belmont Hill. So we're kind of on the cusp of Millwall and Charlton. But I've decided to, hey, Happy New Year, my man.
James, hope you will, my friend.
Yeah, so we're kind of on the cusp of Millwall and Charlton, but this is, to be fair, there's an absolute mix of fans downstairs. I've got a Spurs fan downstairs, and obviously he wasn't happy on Sunday. On Wednesday night. So I'm watching these two idiots downstairs, and he kept saying, "Come on, come on, Spurs." And I kept going, "Come on, Chip!" Can't say it. I couldn't say it. Right? And Chelsea fans were going, "Come on, Chelsea!" I'm going, I couldn't say it. It was one of them lesser of two evils. I fucking hate the pair of them, and I couldn't do it.
Who did you want to win the Millwall Palace game?
Again, it was twats versus the posh twats, wasn't it? Is essentially what I saw someone put on Facebook earlier. Twats versus posh twats. Millwall versus posh Millwall was another one, and it was the dregs of society derby was another one I saw on that was what I saw on West Ham Twitter. I'm not going to lie to you, which made me chuckle. Cyber, to answer your question, I have no idea if the 180 stops near me. Woolwich seems to be a world away, but you can get the train, mate. Get the train from Woolwich to Lewisham, and it's a 7-minute walk around the corner.
Yeah, it's only down the road, isn't it? So,
I think
guys,
I ate them both, Hammerhead.
We're going to wrap it up, but please don't forget the banner at the bottom of your screen. You know the crack with Isla. You know the situation. I'm not going to go over that well-trodden ground. You know where she's at with that. But she still needs help. Her family still need help with all of the things that they're trying to do for their little girl. So please, let's all come together as West Ham fans, football fans, and just, good, decent people. Let's try and make a difference. So you've got the that information on that banner is repeated below the description on YouTube and Facebook, so you can copy and paste it and put it on your socials. There's no excuse. If you've got a couple of bob left over from Christmas and you're wondering where to put it, you got a Just Giving link there. So knock yourselves out. No donations too small, but as always, give generously. And we thank you as always for your continued support on this matter. And there we shall end it, my friend. And for those of you that do remain, please don't forget to like, comment on, and share the stream. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please hit the bell icon for alerts on new content. And as always, again, we thank you very much indeed for your support, which we never take for granted, do we, Duke?
No, not at all. These guys, we are currently, we're about 4 weeks away, Gatesy, from our anniversary.
We're going to have a candlelight dinner to celebrate.
I mean, I feel like I've got a candlelight right now, considering that only half of my face is lit. But yeah, I mean, listen, we'll do something. We know we will.
Yeah. Well, we're doing the transfer deadline as well, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to answer a couple of these. No, not in a million years, considering what I know is about.
Only thing he wants from the bull is the cat.
Yeah, I now know what's going on there.
What, with the cat?
And if I no.
Oh, we'll talk afterwards.
If I can offer one piece of advice, Mr. Rob, get George writing a notice.
Talk to me later.
The food specials on tonight's dinner menu are either Burger King, KFC, or McDonald's, which are at less than a 5-minute walk away, or the wonderful kebab shop,
or a bag of crisps.
Fair play. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate it. Pete, you gorgeous man. And Epic, I never owned the pub. I was employed as a general manager by Green King for the ball. I was dismissed for bullshit allegations. For everyone who knows me, and Rob will back me up, they were bullshit allegations. Unfortunately, they decided to fall on the other side of the coin, shall we say. So I left there, and I've now become a pub operator for a company. No, just covering this one, Cyber. Just bear with me. I am now a pub operator for a pub owned by Craft Union. So basically, it's a bit like a franchise. They go do, and I've come and I'm doing. We're going to go well. It's a really nice pub. It's a fantastic place to be. As I said to you, Gatesy, last week when you came up, didn't I? I said I've never been happier. I've been happier in a batch. I've got to say,
I found that the locals were really sort of friendly.
Something else over here, mate. Honestly, and that's meant in no kind of disrespect to you or to the other guys that were my regulars over at the Bull.
Yeah,
wonderful people there as well. I was there for 7 years. These guys have known me 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things, and have welcomed me with open arms. So, it makes a big difference. The pub is in a great location. Like I say, 7 minutes away from the train station, 10 minutes out of central London for the most part. So it's you know what? As Gatesy said earlier, onwards and upwards. I'm not looking back. It's about looking forward. I know of 2 other managers that have jumped ship from Green King. That one of which was there for 20. It was at his pub 26 years.
Wow.
He walked into his pub. As I walked out of his pub, we were both We were both 18. He walked in to become a barman. I walked out to join another pub about 2 weeks later. So we worked together for about 2 weeks. He worked his way through and became a general manager. He's just left after 26 years. I have a feeling because, as you and I have discussed before, Robbie, I'm not a yes man. If I think something's wrong, I'm going to tell you it's wrong. If I don't, I'm not just going to go along to be, yes sir, no sir. That's not how I work. I've come into this place and there are certain things that are wrong. I've changed that. There's certain things that I don't see being done that should be done. I've changed that. I have been happy. I'm just happiest I've been at least 4 years. Plowing through. Cyber, you and your bloody chips, man.
He likes chips, doesn't he?
I do have a Weatherspoons up the road. So there you go.
Go to the Weatherspoons, get the chips there, and come back and sit in his pub, and he'll let you.
Like Green King trying to avoid some cost by upsetting all the managers. You know what, Pete? I'd actually go down the road of, it's not a case of upsetting their managers. It's don't want to upset a group of people, which was one of the reasons that I was let go. But a lot of it is the fact that blood from a stone would be the best option. Wow. They expect you to work on minimum staffing levels, and it's just not possible.
Yeah.
It's all about money for them.
Thank you for your support there as well, John. Do appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Cyber's asking, what's the Weatherspoons called?
No fucking idea. I walked past it last night.
Google it. Google it, Cyber. I mean, I don't think they'll have more than 1 or 2 Weatherspoons in Lewisham, surely. But I've got no idea. Where is it? Is it on the pedestrianised bit?
Yeah, on the high street, just up from the market.
Yeah.
The shopping centre.
Yeah, I don't venture down that bit because obviously I'm always buzzing around Lewisham in my van. So that bit, because it's pedestrianised, I don't go down there, so I don't really know it. But right, shall we call it a day there, my friend?
It is. I've got the boss team downstairs that are getting on Joe's tits and they want to talk to me. So.
All right, mate. I'm going to hit end credits. Do you want to finish off with your usual?
We're fucking massive.
Decent. Come on, you irons.